Hey everyone, Dave here from CX Experts, Head of Customer Success, with another one of my videos in how we think Zendesk should work for you and what we believe Zendesk can help you with. So today we're going to be focusing on WEM, or workforce engagement management, and this comes in two parts: QA, or quality assurance, quality analysis, whatever you want to call it, as well as WFM, workforce management. So I'll show you these two tools, extremely useful, and tools that I wish I had in my previous role as a contact center manager. So I'm going to start off by QA. So the QA tool in Zendesk, or the QA add-on, which is available for all of our clients, is something that does two things really, really well. Now, one of the biggest tensions I have with QA is, number one, it is extremely tedious and takes a lot of time. Which means we typically only get to between 2 and 5% of our correspondence, which is extremely scary for me as a contact center manager, because it means that we're ignoring between 98 and 95% of our inquiries, right? Humans are only able to get to a very small percentage if and when doing it manually. So the first thing it's doing to address that is we are automatically reviewing, using AI, all of your correspondence, all of it. Every single piece of text that comes in, whether it's an email or a chat or a phone transcript, will go through the QA engine and you'll get a report that looks something similar to this. And this is on my account. So in the last month, we've had 47 auto-reviewed conversations, and we're going to get some metrics on those and have a look at what that looks like. So my AQS has, it looks like that it has gone slightly down over time. So I maybe need to go and take a look at that, figure out what's happening. We also have a lot of insight into the different metrics as an account. So I can see my team is particularly bad at closing conversations at the moment. And AI is looking at these categories, by the way, and we're able to drill down and have a look at those. And I'll show you what that looks like over here. We can analyze trends as well of everything that's evaluated automatically by QA. So if you want to just look at the readability for my team over the last month, you can see there was a dip from about second to third. Someone scored pretty low there. But we got high on November 4th, and we can do trend analysis like that very and relatively easy. Then we're able to look at a table with a bit more detail per user. So if I want to see who's the worst at comprehension, it looks like it is the bot. So very importantly, next part of this, and something worth mentioning, is that we are automatically QAing our bot as well. So a big gap in a lot of contact center software around the world that doesn't exist in Zendesk, because we have this, is the fact that we are able to automatically queue our bot conversations as well. We can see that over here. So I can drill down a bit further. If I want to go and see, for example, who has been the worst speller in the last couple of months, or in the last month, and it's me. I've made 3 spelling mistakes, followed by Michaela, and then the bot has also made a spelling mistake. So probably need to go look at that. We can click in to see the examples of why it's pointing this out to us. So these are 3 tickets where QA found spelling mistakes, grammar mistakes. It's who's the worst at grammar, also me, and then who's the worst at style. And then we're also looking at root causes. So who's the least cheerful on the account? Oh, it looks like it's our bot. Who's the least supportive? Still our bot. Oh, probably need to go look at that bot. I've made one professional error, and I'm the least curious. Or no, we're all curious enough here. And this information is given to us in a lot of detail that we can use to see what's going on with every single inquiry that's coming in, which I think is pretty cool, something I wish I had. This is applying to 100% of our conversations. The next thing that it is doing, and part of the conversation here, is that yes, we want to auto review everything, but AI is not an all-powerful being, right? It can't replicate a human looking at your tickets to look at outside processes and things that only humans can see and determine for now. So the other thing that it does, and a tension that it solves, is, or tension that I had, was that choosing the tickets that we want to review becomes quite a challenge, because if it's extremely random, that's not very useful. We make it 5 easy tickets. So what QA is going to do is it's again going to look at your entire ticket base and say, hey, I think you should look at these tickets. Based on what I can see, you should look at these tickets because of X, Y, and Z. We get to determine the X, Y, and Z. So I've set up 4 automated reviews here. Number 1 is outliers. So using the spotlight function, we're able to see any conversations where outliers have been detected. and we can go and review those quite easily. Then when it comes to long conversations, you see there was a negative sentiment. SLA was also breached here. And then churn risks as well. So if anyone wants to leave your company, then this will appear in the churn risk category. Again, we create these, we determine what attributes that they match for us to be able to see and look at as humans. And any human with access is able to come and review these with a custom scorecard that we manufacture and use to just go and have a look. So that's all good and well, but we still can't trust people, unfortunately, to QA the amount they're supposed to be QA'd unless we have complicated sheets and it gets a bit messy. So the third thing that we're going to do here is we're going to treat reviews like tickets, right? So in this case, I have set myself an assignment, and I can set an assignment for anyone in my team to review however many tickets matching however many attributes over whatever date range I'd like. So I can have a look. Here's my weekly tasks. I need to QA 5 weekly tasks for everyone, and I need to have a look at 5 support tickets. We also have other cool things like agents can get reports and comment on with you based on what they think or feel about your rating, and we also have the ability to do some training and coaching with logged and monitored sessions, as well as things like quizzes and all helpful things. So in a nutshell, that is Zendesk QA, which is nicely complemented with Zendesk's WFM add-on, which again is available to all of our clients and included in our price. So WFM is there to manage your workforce. Now, as a remote manager, I need to know that I can trust my people. So I want to be able to see what it is that they are doing all day. So what we do in Zendesk is we set up different work streams, i.e. different things that they are working on throughout the day. So I have different colors for different work streams. And I can see what everyone is doing today. For example, Friday the 7th of November, I can see Lane had an early start. She had a lot of meetings today. Well, she's been busy. I started just before 9. If I wanted to go have a look at yesterday, I can see that, again, Lane had an early start. I can see I worked on spending time with clients from this time to this time. I did an internal task, spent more time with clients, see some breaks and other things logged here. I can see, for example, that Sheila worked late into the night on Wednesday night to try and help out our clients, make sure that they get what they need. So it's a good and healthy way not to micromanage your agents, but just to make sure that they are doing what you're telling them to do when you are telling them to do that. And how do we do that? So how do we make sure that we give them an accurate schedule? So they're saying the same tool, WFM, you can see, so it is the same tool, just a different section. We're able to forecast the amount of tickets that will come in on a specific date based on previous inputs, right? We're able to forecast using different algorithms. We can exclude outliers, and there's a whole bunch of variation available to us here. So we can see more or less what we think our volumes are going to be like. And based on that volume, we're able to create schedules. So schedule generation is automatic. You put in your parameters. For example, I don't want more than 3 people to be on lunch at the same time, or I need someone to take a break every 2 hours, or the shift starts at 9 and 5, and I have a night shift from 5 till 1 in the morning or 5 till 2. You put in all your parameters, you click generate, it generates a schedule for the agent, and they are then able to see that schedule in their own calendar over here, which they can sync to Google. So if I want to see, I can do that over here. This is also where agents can trade shifts, which you can apply rules to. And if you don't have a lead management system, it can do that as well. You can apply for sick leave, and the forecast and the schedule will take that into account. So 2 really useful tools within Zendesk to be able to make sure you are engaging with your workforce in a way that helps them, that manages their time and makes them think as little as possible. So you'll see if I go and refresh here now, my schedule will pull through. So I have a schedule for Monday, and if I go and have a look, my schedule should pull through now because I just created it before refreshing this page. So let's go have a look at my schedule for Monday. And it hasn't pulled through yet. I'm sure it will. We also have a performance board. We can see what's happening live on the account and who's doing what. It is a bit strange that the schedule's not pulling through, but I'm sure it will soon. Maybe a bit of a lag there, but it comes through and it prompts the agents on the top right what they're supposed to be doing, where they're supposed to be doing it. And under activity, we're also able to adjust and see when they touch tickets, whether they adhered to the schedule that was set out for them. And then if we click onto that user, we can actually get a nice little summary of where they spent their time, how much of it was paid, how much of it was spent in general tasks, how much of it was spent in meetings, untracked. And again, we can report on all of this in the back end. So I found these tools very useful when managing a team remotely. We don't have offices, so we are spread around the world, just to make sure and see what they're doing all day. So I can help them manage their time better and guide them a bit as to when they're supposed to be doing specific tasks based on the forecast that the same tool generates. So look out for more videos, and thank you for watching.